Okay, good day, guys. Good day to you all again. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel third video. I'm dropping, today. Would have started late down in the evening. As a matter of fact, what? This particular video I actually wanted to drop it earlier on in the day, but couldn't get to do that. So I am dropping it now. But guys, you guys know the drill. You guys know the drill. By now, knock up the like button, guys. Smash the like button, hit the like button, punch the like button, thump it, kick it. Smash the like button for us here and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Again, free and easy ways to support the channel and free and easy ways to give the youth some strength. The two videos that I dropped earlier are, more positive videos. We're talking about Blair Turgot's big transfer move, and we're also talking about Kemar Roof going into the Europa League finals, and Khadija Shah, and also Tiffany Cameron and Alika Keane. The latter two won the Hungarian Cup, and Bonisha was nominated for Player of the Month. So we spoke about that in that particular video. This particular video, though, it's not so positive. We're talking about the Reggae Boyz U20, and we're also talking about the Reggae Girlz U17, who unfortunately yesterday was on the end of a kind of brutal scoreline. The baby girls, them get the baby Reggae Girlz, rather. Sorry about that. The baby Reggae Girlz. Yesterday them get Whap Whap. The baby Reggae Girlz yesterday got Whap Whap. Them get Whap Whap by the United States of America. Not a pleasant scoreline. 4-0. Could have been worse. It could have been more. Right? Thank God it wasn't more. The US hit the post a couple of times. Just wanted to, I'm going to talk about the girls first, and then we'll talk about the story, the article from the National U20 head coach as it pertains to the Reggae Boyz U20's race against time. But first, we're going to talk about the Reggae Girlz U17. Now, guys, honestly, for me personally, I think it's a real disgrace that this team has crashed out the way how it has. I think these Reggae Girlz U17, the baby Reggae Girls, as many people affectionately call them, I think they had some real potential and some really good players on the team. I really do think so. It is just unfortunate. It is just unfortunate, in my humble opinion, with the greatest of respect. I don't think these girls were well coached. I don't think these girls were well coached at all, right? I mean, when I looked at the performance of the U17 Reggae Girlz compared to the U17 American girls, I didn't see a huge gulf or a huge gap in quality. What I saw was a huge gulf and a huge gap, or a huge gulf rather, in the way how the respective teams were coached, right? Our girls did not have a clue what to do on the pitch. When you talk about a highly deficient system, our girls were clueless. It was clear they were out on the pitch, improvising a lot of the build-up play and improvising the attacking structure. And it's something I've been saying for the whole damn tournament. Even in games we were winning, system highly deficient. You don't see the patterns of play. You don't see the patterns of movement, right? Roles and functions aren't clear. The girls were just out there making it up as they went along. They weren't very well organized. On both sides of the ball, especially in this particular game. In other games, they were organized relatively well on the defensive side of things. But in this particular game, on both sides of the ball, they were not very well organized. On the other side, on the flip side, the Americans were a well-oiled machine, a well-prepared unit, right? You could see what the Americans were doing on the pitch. You could see the patterns of play. You could see the patterns of movement. You could see that these girls knew what they were doing on both sides of the ball in all the respective moments of the game in that particular game. I don't know if it's a case where the young reggae girls, them are tough and them can't take telling. I don't know if enough time wasn't given to these respective young ladies to properly prepare them, right, for this tournament. I don't know if it's poor coaching. All I know is that these girls were on the pitch clueless, right? One of the things that I kept on pointing out, the girls were playing for literally the entire tournament. They were playing in isolation. What do I mean by that, right? The distance between the players on the pitch, the distance between the lines and the distance between the respective positions. There's too much space between the girls and the park. And so they were constantly in isolation. When you saw a number of the plays break down, you saw one reggae girl on the ball. She lift up her head, no pass in sight. She end up have to trying to go long or use individual brilliance to try and get by. Sometimes a double team. That's how much space was between the reggae girls, that sometimes even two American players were closer to them than a passing option. It was insane, right? So I feel, as I say, what pains me about these baby reggae girls is that you could say that they have some decent talent. I'm not saying they could have matched up with the Americans player for player, but I didn't see a huge gulf in class between our U17s and the American U17s. I just saw an American U17 team that knew how to play football, knew exactly what they were about, knew exactly what they were doing on the pitch, while our girls just looked disorganized. You know, they looked as if they were learning the game out on the pitch. And that, you know, speaks to the development as well and what these respective young ladies are taught, right? So, you know, it pains my heart to continue to see talent just being wasted because of the lacking of the technical know-how side of the game, right? It just pains my heart, man. It honestly pains my heart, man. So, you know, the baby reggae girls would have crashed out of the tournament with an embarrassing 4-0 loss. Sadly, again, the girls had potential to certainly give up a better fight against these Americans than what they did, man. These girls, I mean, look, it could have been worse. America hit the post a couple of times, right? I mean, we were all over the place. Just when you talk about completely disorganized, part of it was what we were not doing, and part of it, to be fair, was what the Americans were doing as well. Their movement, when their team was in possession of the football, was superb. Our girls, the movement when we were in possession of the football was a problem. No patterns of movement whatsoever. You know, sad, guys. Just some of the statistics that is on Google Sports. The Americans had 38 shots compared to our 2. 15 of the American shots were on target. 2 of ours were on target. America had 82% possession to our 18% possession. 598 passes at 89% passing accuracy for the Americans. 135 passes for our reggae girls at 43% passing accuracy. I mean, those stats are dreadful, man. Dreadful. All right. So up next, we're gonna talk quickly about the predicament that the U20 Reggae Boyz, you know, currently find themselves in. Gonna bring up the article with the national U20 head coach in the Gleaner, and we're gonna read it quick and fast. Right, this is in the Gleaner. It was done by, I soon tell you the individual who wrote the piece, right? But the headline reads, "Race Against Time, under 20s in a hurry to build stable squad ahead of fast approaching qualifiers. When have we heard this before, ladies and gentlemen? What a damn shit. With the CONCACAF U20 Men's Championship set to kick off in just over a month's time, Jamaica's coach Marcel Gale is in a race against time to put a competitive team together for the June 18 to July 3 tournament. By the way, I wouldn't exactly pin this predicament on the JFF. To be fair to them, the government took a while to open up the damn country, man, compared to our other CONCACAF rivals. Some of them, from what I understand, have already kick-started, their squads and everything are in camp for the U20s. Gale, who was assigned to the post in March, has only had a few training camps with the young players, and with competition fast approaching, would like to have the players for a prolonged period in order to put the best team together. Financial constraints have meant achieving the goal of a prolonged period of training and getting practice games is an uphill task. When have we heard that before, ladies and gentlemen? We have been together about 3 weeks. We have had a few camps looking at the players, but we are still putting the pieces together to fit the puzzle. At this late stage, we were hoping that we could have a team at this juncture so we could start to really prepare the team and focus on fine-tuning things that we need going into the tournament. But hopefully everything can fall into place with enough time before the start of the competition. He said we need more camps, longer camps. I want to see the players more, work with them some more. We are now down 2 weeks before the start of the competition and are just hoping we can get things right. But we would like to have a settled team as soon as possible, he stated. Gale, also the coach of Waterhouse FC, said he is still looking for a centre forward and a defensive midfielder with a couple of weeks to go. Gale, big and serious, and will continue looking at both local and overseas based players. At the last camp last week, 7 overseas players were invited, and he disclosed that another set have been invited to the next camp. Nevertheless, his hope is to have a final squad in the next 2 or 3 weeks. What? Man, you have got to be joking. By the way, Livingston Scott wrote the article, so shout out to Livingston Scott. Still short is the subtitle. We are still short up front because we do not have an out-and-out number 9, and we also want a number 6. There are a number of other players we are looking at who we think can help us, but for now we are mainly looking for a number 9 and a number 6. Okay, interesting. We have invited players from overseas at the last camp. We had 5 and others are coming in. This is the highest level at this age group. We will be playing against semi-professional and professional players, so hopefully we can get things together and get it right in a few weeks' time, he said. Right, the U20s will face Premier League outfit Arnett Gardens in a practice game at the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex today. So that game would have already been played. Cataract was showing the game on his Reggae Boyz commentary channel. So guys, yet another World Cup cycle, this time for the Reggae Boyz U20 team. And the team is grossly unprepared. Grossly unprepared. Honestly, you see, the thing is, and I'm not going to really blame the JFF, to be fair, because to be fair to them, it's not all on them, but this just keeps happening. One would think that given the precedents that has usually been set in the past, even if there wasn't the excuse of COVID, this arms race will still be taking place. Right? You hear the gaffer said we're going up against professional and semi-professional players. So one, we're going up against players and against teams that are probably better than us. And 2, a lot of our competitors have already selected their squads and in camps, and all of them they're playing games, practice games, and all of them they're properly preparing for the upcoming tournament. And literally Marcel Gale is telling us that he hopes to finalize a squad in the next 2 to 3 weeks, if memory serves right, he said in the article. Man, one wonders if this Reggae Boyz U20 team, you know, can achieve success in the upcoming World Cup qualifiers. Look, I wish them all the best. I really sincerely do. I hope that Gail can get it together. And I don't know, what would we say? Pull off a miracle? Would it be a miracle if he does indeed, achieve success with this U20 team? This horrid last-minute approach that is taking place right now, man. But I mean, no. I'm just waiting to see how this U20 thing turns out, right? But with that being said, though, we do wish the U20 boys all the best. One thinks to themselves if the whole process could have been achieved in a more efficient manner of finalizing the squad. But guys, knock up the like button, subscribe to the channel again if you haven't done so already. Take care, guys. Stay safe. And until next time, and again, we do sincerely wish the U20 boys all the best. And, sorry to see what would have transpired with a promising set of U17 baby reggae girls. So, guys, take care, guys.